Hi, this is Nancy with your weekly Angel Tarot card reading for Sunday, today's Sunday, the 16th to November 22nd, 23rd, Wednesday, for the week, for this week, starting today, which is Sunday, the 16th. Anyway, I had to have the calendar because I keep forgetting. So anyway, it's been a while. So if you are new seeing me, we usually pick 3 cards plus maybe, I don't know, however many that we need that will give us information for the upcoming week. We usually do, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. But being that it's been a while, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. We might have, oh, there's one already. We are using the Archangel Oracle cards. They were created by Doreen Virtue, who no longer does this sort of thing because she thinks we're all the devil. God bless her, somewhere else. I wish her well. I wish her well, and I do love the cards. I do think it's unfortunate, but I digress. It has nothing to do with our reading today, and I'm going to apologize because I have my puppers running around with me, and they are squeaking on their toys and very happy and content doing that. And then it sounds like there's a huge windstorm outside, but at least the sun's shining, so happy for that. I believe we're getting some snow, so we'll enjoy the nice weather while we can. Okay, so we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and let's get one more. Or we could just pull it later. No? We're gonna do one more? One more? They're going everywhere. It's fine. There it goes. Okay, and that is for the weekend. Set these over here. Okay. So let's start with Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, we have career transition. These might be backwards. I don't know. They're backwards. I'm so sorry. Trust me. It says career transition. Okay. It says, Archangel Chamuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So if you have a career change, oddly enough, I just had a career change. I am at a new place and miss my old friends desperately. And anyway, that's a whole other thing. But I'm blessed to be where I am now. I feel like we're always in a place where we need to be, and sometimes we need to leave one area to go to another area. So maybe you are a part of a career transition, and that does not necessarily mean that it has to be a new job. It can be just that you're making transitions in your current work, okay? Maybe the way you do it, how you interact. Maybe you've been struggling with some things, are you having some difficulty with, time management, with getting things done, with personal interactions. There's many different things. I actually just listened to, I dropped it on the floor, a really great podcast that was talking about relationships and what have you, okay? And they were saying how now with our society as it is, we've become more isolated than ever, and a lot of our relationships actually do take place at work. I know myself and some of the people that I love, we get up, we go to work, we do our thing all day long. Sometimes we stay late, often we stay late, and then we come home and we eat and we fall into bed, and then we do it again and again and again. And then the weekend you're trying to catch up by cleaning up and chasing 15 dogs and, okay, just 2 dogs. But doing all the things you need to do to get done, and then you're exhausted and stuff like that. And then when you could have time to do things and you really don't want to because you're tired, and then Monday you do it all over again. Okay, so relationships, basically the gist of the story was that the quality of our relationships make up the quality of our life. Okay, so if you consider that the bulk of your life is spent at work, your work relationships are vitally important. I know there was a time when people outside, and not to say this isn't true, this is absolutely true, your outside relationships are vitally important, okay? But if you consider how many hours a day you're spending with your work coworkers, your relationships are going to really have an impact on your life, okay? So if you are struggling with those relationships, or those are people that that you're best friends, you know what I mean? I started this before, but they used to say that it was important to have very separate boundaries, you know what I mean? That you didn't have friends at work, you went to work to work. It didn't matter if they were friends, it didn't matter if you got along, because you do your job, you do your thing, you go home. I'm not saying that that's not the case for certain people, okay? But the other people who are there, putting in, 60-hour work weeks and plus, if you're not enjoying the relationships at work, then you got a real problem, because those are the relationships that you're spending the most amount of time on. All right, my nose in my eyes, and there goes the puppies. Okay, I have a great relationship with them. They're wild. You're a good boy. Who's a good pup? All right, so if they knock this over, I am apologizing now. So anyway, so maybe take some time to put some effort into those relationships at work, okay? No, that does not mean that you need to be besties, okay? But you do need to be professional. You do need to get along, okay? So anyway, just give that some thought. Give that some thought, because if your relationships are poor there and you don't have great relationships outside of work either, you need to focus on one of them. Pick one of them. Pick one of them. Okay, you need a bestie. I got a really good bestie, and I have some very, very good friends. Some very good friends, and I'm very blessed. I have wonderful family that I'm very blessed. Wonderful relationship, which I'm blessed, and I work with some great people, now and in the past. So again, very blessed. Oh, get the ball. Okay. So anyway, Monday, career transition. Okay. A blessed change. Make a blessed change, okay, to make your life more satisfied. All right, so make yourself a happier, more fulfilled life. So, okay, that is Monday, Tuesday. All right, so maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because it's Sunday, and we're talked about Sunday. We said that, Sunday, that we were starting at Sunday, so which is today, Sunday. I will do my best to post it today. If you get this tomorrow, it starts Monday. Again, I do want to point out, I have said this in the past, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, that it does not matter when you see this video, okay? You could see this 5 years from now. You could see it 5 minutes after I've posted. It doesn't make a difference. You will see it when you are supposed to, and you will take the messages from it that you need to, okay? I always love hearing back from people and having them say, oh, I heard your message and I got X, Y, and Z out of it. And it's like, I did not see that, because everyone's going to take what they need from it. So I hope that you get something helpful from here, just saying. So that was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So let's look at Wednesday, Thursday. We have peace. Oh, couldn't we all use some peace? For sure. Peace. Archangel Chamuel. Oh, another. This other one was Archangel Chamuel. We're going to have to look him up. Or her. Looks like a her. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a they, because, anyway. Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Oh, only love is real. Okay. So again, that falls back to relationships, okay? We are here, put on this planet to love one another. Yes, it's very, peace. I'm not going to get all hippie on you, but at the end of the day, if we look through the lens of love at every relationship, every interaction, everything that happens, and I know that's super difficult, believe me. I'm right there with you. But even like your worst interactions, usually it comes from a place of someone who is hurting, someone who needs help, someone who, needs some empathy. Not sympathy. Sympathy is, I feel sorry for you. Empathy is, I put myself in your position so that I understand what you're feeling. Okay, understanding can make a world of difference. Why is this person behaving the way they are? So anyway, if you put that into all of your relationships, you'll have better relationships. So we're doing a lot of relationship stuff today. Just saying. So peace. So spend some time, okay, focusing on the people that you love, the relationships that you love. Wednesday and Thursday. Spend some time with those people if you can. Try hard. If you can't, then just try really hard. Maybe call them. Maybe reach out. And that love is very important. We need that. And I know that sounds very, duh. But I think we put a lot of things. There's like a hair in my eyes driving me insane. Anyway. But I think we put everything else ahead. It's like, oh, I have to get this done. And this is very important. And I need to go to work, and I need to make money, and I need to pay bills, and I need to, do X, Y, and Z. And at the end of the day, if you don't feel that you're loved, you don't feel that you have connection, it just, none of it really matters. I mean, if you think about it, 5 years from now, is it going to matter that you rush to get to the grocery store on time? You know what I mean? I put that in perspective. Just saying. So Wednesday and Thursday, we have peace and love. And then the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have Archangel Zadkiel. Maybe backwards. Is it? Yep. Yep. Definitely looks backwards. I don't know. I'll try and fix it. I'm going to do everything I can to fix it. My regular camera is not working, so we are using the phone camera, so God bless us all. It might be awful. Anyway, Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance that you hear inside your mind or from other people. Clairaudience. So we hear a lot about clairvoyance, that, that we're seeing things, oh, woo woo, I have premonitions and I can see things and I'm clairvoyant. Okay. Clairaudient is hearing things. Okay. Clairsentient is knowing things. All right. People who are clairvoyant or whatever, we all have that possibility. We all have that potential. We all have that in us. We all have the ability to do all of those things. Okay. And a lot of us don't feel like we do. There's some people feel like they can't. You absolutely can. So notice guidance that you hear. Okay. It could be this. It could be that you're listening to this right now. Okay. And there's something that you pick up. Okay. Something that you're hearing. Okay. It could be, somebody's listening to the radio and you just hear that little snippet. Okay. Squeak. Dog squeaking the wall. That could be the part that you need to hear. That could be the part that you need to hear. Or a conversation. You could be out at a restaurant, and you know what I mean? And there's all sorts of conversations going around you, and 9 times out of 10, you don't really hear any of them, okay? Because you're focusing on your own. But then you just hear a little piece. It's like, why did you hear that piece? You heard that piece because that is guidance sent to you from God, from the universe, from, the whatever, your inner knowing, what have you. Depends on your perspective and what it is that what you believe or don't believe. Doesn't matter. Up to you. I don't judge, whatever. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there is some information, some guidance coming to you. Follow your intuition, follow your guidance. It will 9 times out of 10, steer you in the right direction. Okay, so anywho, that is our week. We made this quick and painless, hopefully. Hopefully it works. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, career transition. Okay, make some changes at work. That does not mean that you need a new job. It just necessarily means that, make some changes there so that your work life is more enjoyable, more fulfilling, more meets your life purpose. Okay. And yes, you have a life purpose. We all have a life purpose. Okay. And you can tell because when you're doing it, you feel great. You feel like you're doing something important. Okay. And if you're doing something that makes you feel terrible, fun fact, you probably shouldn't be doing it. Just say it. Keep that in the back of your mind. Okay. So career. Okay. Then Wednesday, Thursday, we have peace. Okay, peace and love. All right, we have some peace coming to you. Focus on your relationships, your loving relationships, and when you do that, you will become more peaceful. Okay, so, and that could be self-love as well. It could be just spend some time, relaxing. You know what I mean? We all work so hard, and then you feel bad relaxing because it's like, oh, I have so much to do. I should be doing X, Y, and Z. No, if you're burnt out and you're tired, you're not going to do a good job anyway. So get some rest. Take care of yourself, okay? And then on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, clairaudience. Listen, pay attention, because you're going to be getting some guidance. There's going to be some information coming to you, all right? So pay attention to that, all right? I hope that you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed week, and I will talk to you, God willing, next weekend. Blessings.